Hey, it's your girl Kimberly, aka Sister Sunshine here. Listen, I have been crying all day. And I decided to get up and try to make myself look like something. But I didn't put on no clothes, so it is what it is, but it's taken me a minute to get myself together because I don't know if I wanted to do this or not. But in order for me to tell you where I'm at, I got to give you this backstory. But first of all, therapy is not foreign to me. There was a season in my life where I had to have it in order to survive. Clinically. And I function at a high capacity, at a high level of energy, and I pride myself in being independent and self-sufficient. I love it. It is a gift and a blessing from God. But I ain't gonna get stuck here. Let me just tell you this. In 2017, my brother's passing, January, was so incredibly intense, unexpected, and surreal that I found myself in a paralytic fetal position. And in order for me to maintain at this level of energy that I deemed appropriate, I had to get professional help. And it was a huge success. I learned immediately that I don't have to live in sorrow, that I can celebrate the life of not only my brother, but my ancestors. They all played a part in me being who I am in this season, in this moment right now. So instead of living in self-pity and sorrow, I learned to celebrate them. Fast speed ahead, I felt like I was getting back to a level of normalcy, and my father passed. I'm not looking for self-pity because I know this is a journey that we all must cross. I get it. We live, we die. I thought I had more time. So the therapy that was needed in that season, or in this season, is a little different. Let me skip over here real quick, because I got to give y'all this backstory before I start ranting and raving. And let me give you a quick disclaimer. If strong content is offensive for you, I need you to scroll off of here right now. Okay? But several years y'all have known that I have been struggling with my weight. It is bigger than vanity issues. I have chronic high blood pressure. My doctor is extremely concerned with the consistent fluctuation in my weight. It is part of the reason that they can't stabilize my blood pressure, and it is a life-threatening condition that I don't talk about, but I have got to get my blood pressure under control. On top of the fact, I know you know that I'm raspy. I'm raspy because I have a thyroid condition that I take medication for, and this is a side effect. It comes and goes based on stress. My medical physician, my medical practitioner told me a couple months ago, Kim, this got to stop. You got to lose the weight. We got to get a handle on this blood pressure issue because you are locked, loaded, blocked, and threatening severe consequential damages as a result of your blood pressure being this high. So I said, okay, I've managed to lose another 24 pounds. I feel as though I'm totally committed. I have no reason to look back now. And I'm going to follow this through. Because those of you that know me know that my mother needs me. I am the fifth child born to my parents, and I operate in life as though I'm an only child. That is no shade. My older two brothers are deceased. My sister lives on the other side of the country in California, and it is just me and a sibling that lives here in Georgia. I have no help on that end. No shade, but I have already joyfully accepted the task, accepted the challenge. This is where I'm at in life. My life coach strongly suggested that I seek, we're virtual, he's virtual, so I meet with him regularly through a virtual platform. And he suggested that I go into a facility where I can get hands-on one-on-one care, because there were several assignments that he had given me that I was unable to pull off. And part of the assignment was self-care, pampering, and nurturing for me. Just my schedule won't allow me to do it. So he sent me to a place here in Atlanta called the Healing Center. It's on Jonesboro Road. It is loaded with the most amazing practitioners, whether you are getting full body massage, vibroacoustic therapy, Reiki, one-on-one counseling, chiropractic care. It is a phenomenal place. It's the Healing Center on Jonesboro Road. So when I tell y'all, because I am at a loss for a full explanation, it's like walking into heaven. That's the only way I can describe it. The energy there is so calming and peaceful. All of the practitioners are passionate and committed towards their craft. So when I go in there, I always feel a flooded atmosphere of healing and rejuvenation. This is what I want to say. I go into Reiki, which is a measurement of energy and the fluidity within inside the body. I don't understand it. This is my first experience with it, but I strongly believe in the power of Reiki. But the practitioner was so concerned with what she found that she gave me over close to 2-hour treatment. So it felt good to just be in a harmonious, relaxed atmosphere. And in the conclusion, in my ignorance, I didn't know what to expect. She repeated verbatim everything that my physical practitioner, my medical practitioner had told me. You have extreme blockage. I am concerned about your heart, your blood pressure, and the fluidity within your vessel. I didn't argue. You have to release it, was her instructions. You got to figure out a way to release it. And I don't need you to focus on the branches. I need you to focus on the root. We got to go deep into the root of the problem. Fast speed ahead. I asked her, how do I fix this? I do not know. I believe that you're right. I just don't know how to fix it other than diet and exercise and get the weight off of me. She said it's bigger than the physical weight. Okay, it's bigger than you being obese. It is bigger than you having high blood pressure. It is bigger than what we operate in the physical. I need you to spiritually go in, and we're going to start a process of cleansing and healing. Don't know how to do it. I pray, I meditate, I believe in God. What else is there for me to do? So, long story short, she told me, what I can suggest is that there is no more room for you to stuff any more garbage inside of your spirit. So whatever you are confronted with, you have got to learn a healthy alternative to release it. Now this, let me tell you, this is what my life coach told me, who referred me to this location. This is what my medical practitioner told me, who does not know these people. And here once again is the third person telling me, Kim, you got to figure out a healthy way to release. Now, let me say this. I cuss real good. I'm real good at it. So for me to reach a point where I feel the need to get folk up off of me, Baby, I'm the world's best. If I come at you, you'll never heal. So I'm saying, well, I've been doing this all my life, and the cussing and all of that ain't really working. She said it's not necessarily the way you convey your thoughts. It is the simple fact that you can't take any more in, and you have to be on guard at letting people stuff more stuff down into your spirit that does not belong to you. So I met my therapist. One-on-one counseling. Immediately fell in love with this young girl. I was sitting in the parking lot in my vehicle because I got there early, and I watched her get out of her car and go into the building. So I said, I'm 57 years old. She look half my age. I don't even know what this little girl finna say to me, but I'm going to be open-minded, and I'm going to go in here and let her talk to me. So I go in, and she's brilliant. She is a beast. I immediately sensed that she is passionate and real good at what she do. Baby, when I tell you I felt 20 pounds lighter coming up out of there because she was just good. Easy to talk to. I was able to dump stuff. She gave me strategies. She gave me options to choose from. You know, I plan on doing this for a minute. She too. These people do not talk to each other, told me you've got to dump it, confront it, and leave stuff that don't belong to you where it's supposed to be. I did that. I'm committed to doing that. I was going somewhere with this, so let me get back on track. I made a commitment when I left her facility that day, no more. I don't know how, God. And I got to admit that I'm in a season where I'm stuck. I don't operate in self-pity because my plight in life is my plight in life. And I got to where I am by taking accountability for my actions, my mistakes, and my position in life. Everything that I am, everybody that I allow in my immediate proximity is a direct result of the choices that I make. So I'm just not a self-pity kind of chick. That's part of my problem. I do not know how to ask for help. But I'm going to tell you where I am right now and why I'm here today. I made a decision that no more. I believe strongly in the promises over my life and everything that God has promised me. I'm not an overly religious person, although I come from a religious background. I have a lot of people in my family who are ministers, pastors, bishops, prophetess, deacons, Holy Ghost filled, talking in tongue, all of that. And I felt separated. Couldn't figure out what the separation was about because I'm a part heathen, recovering heathen, shall I say. But I knew that I was going to fall on my face in prayer and fasting and ask God to deliver me. On yesterday, let me say this. I tell my mama everything. We don't really keep a lot of secrets. I probably do try to refrain from telling her things that would worry her, like my health. But I'm not ashamed to tell her my thoughts, my actions, or my intentions. We just kind of talk every day, all day, and I tell her, so she knows. But yesterday, I got a call that sent me in an uproar with a family member. And I said, enough is enough. This is after I prayed and meditated on learning how to release other people's mess and get it up off of me. I prayed about it real intensely. Immediately following, I get a call. And the call upset me so bad that I wrote this text message to this individual. And I read it to my mother and said, do you think I should send this? Because I'm done. She said, baby, you gotta send it. Because the only way you're gonna keep absorbing their issues is to make them back accountable for their choices. I did it. This family member chose not to come for me, pretended like they never got the text, but called last night and reprimanded my mama, blaming my mama for all the mistakes I made. I'm grown. I'm 57 years old. If you got something to say to me, say it to me, but stay up off my mama. So I spent last evening frustrated, and I said, God, I hear you. In order for me to get better, I'm going to have to get real good at calling these ninjas exactly what they are and not being intimidated by their emotional immaturity. Because as an adult, grown means doing grown people stuff. Okay? And as an adult, you should be familiar with handling your own business. Take me out of it. And I'm going to say this thing right here. I'm going to say family, not because I'm ashamed, but because I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and not put your business in the streets. This is all about me. Okay? So I prayed about it last night. I worked real hard in the house because I'm going through this major renovation, and every room in my house has a theme and its own level of chaos. Every room, bathroom, kitchen, closet, every room is under construction. That's because mama is coming back to me. I'm sick of the foolishness. I'm going to tell y'all about this real quick. I begged my parents, mama and daddy. It's to the point. Reggie is no longer here with me. I can no longer keep this up. I resigned from a full-time position and I went to a part-time position so that I'll have the additional days to travel back and forth, to commute from Georgia to Florida and anywhere else in the United States where I need to handle business. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a husband. I don't have children. Everything I eat, my whole family is fed. So I can do this. I was designed for a day such as this. I begged them to come home with me. Come on back to Atlanta. They didn't want to do it. Now that my father has passed, my mother has agreed to come back home with me. I will go into this at a later date with all of the details inclusive because I am not going to stop. If, like I said, if strong content offends you, keep scrolling. So after daddy passed, mama didn't want to leave. I can't leave my son and my husband here. I won't do it. I said, okay, mama, we're going to keep this same routine. I'm going to work part-time, keep hustling, and keep coming to you. When you get ready, you can come to me. I'll bring you back whenever you're ready. Same scenario. I prayed about it, and Spirit revealed to mama that she was ready. She said, baby, I believe that I should come home with you. The problem lies is all the bedrooms in my home are on the 3rd floor, okay? Which means I got to build out on the main level. So that's the process that I'm in right now, is waiting on permits and approval from the city, the county, and the zoning board. But as soon as I get those approval permits, we getting ready to break ground to put mama's room and her walk-in closet and her master bath and her pantry and her small mother-in-law suite on the back of my house. It's a done deal. That's another story. So there is a plan in place. First day me and my family member get into it, that's last night. We get into it. You jumps on mama instead of jumping on me. Okay. So I said, Kim, cussing and screaming, it ain't gonna do no good because this clown ain't listened to you your whole 57 years of being on this earth. There is nothing that you can say that is gonna penetrate this lunatic to make him change his behavior. It's not up to him to change. It's up to you to change. Okay. I get it, Lord. I'm going to sit and I'm going to be still. I prayed about it. I've journaled about it. Last night, I did my little exercises like I promised I would do. I focused on my breathing techniques. I took my medication and I got into bed. I wake up this morning and my mama on the phone crying. Immediately, I go into panic mode. And this is where the story get real ugly. So y'all, I'm a talker and I go in depth. I probably am going to run out of time and not be able to tell this whole story. Maybe I ought to pause and give it a break. Last week, I get a call. And I'm going to say family. I don't want to give names and titles because I don't want to disrupt anybody's ability to do their own healing. But I get a call from family. You need to get on up. You need to get on up and figure out what you're going to do because your mama down there and here comes this hurricane. So I'm the subordinate. I'm the child. I am the submissive. I don't talk back to my elders. Never have. I might have been disobedient. I might have done some disobedient things, but I have never in 57 years talked back to my elders. Don't do that. So I said, okay, let me get up because my mother is a Floridian. They don't run from the hurricane. You have to pull them up out of there. They never leave. They didn't leave for Hugo. They don't leave. So I said, okay, let me get up and see what I can do. And like I said, I travel twice a month, 3 times a month, flying or driving. I am always in between Atlanta and Florida, Central Florida to be exact, because that's where my mother is. That's where my parents are from. So for you to call me indicating that because I'm at home working on the 2 to 3 days a week that I damn work, that I'm lollygagging, it's already infuriating and offensive. Okay? Because you ain't never tried to help me pay a bill over here. Not a one. Not a tank of gas. Not a lunchbox to take on the road with me. Have never, as long as I've known, given me anything. But I'm obedient because you're an elder. So I'm going to let you talk to me crazy for a little while. So I get up and I call family. And I say, look, what is going on with this hurricane? I don't know. We're still watching the news. Do you think y'all need to come up out of there? Because I'm in the position where I can get y'all out of there right now. I don't go back to work until Wednesday. Please make me understand, what do I need to do? Don't move. We got this, Kim. I said, okay, here's the plan. I am going to pay for travel expenses, hotel expenses. I am going to pay for everything for not only my mama, but yours as well. And all the other loose end family members that we can squeeze in a SUV. Because they are elderly, they can only get as far as Valdosta before they start swelling and start being uncomfortable. So if you drive to Valdosta or somewhere in that proximity, I can either meet you there or they can get a hotel room and then we'll start the trip over the next day. The deadline, people, was Tuesday, today. The storm is coming Wednesday, Thursday. The deadline was Tuesday to get up out of there. That is what we agreed to. So this family member calls me back. What you gonna do? What? I said, we got this. We're leaving Tuesday. We got this down to Tuesday. There's a problem when they see me in my home environment doing what I need to do to maintain. In order for me to be a good daughter, I have to be able to be a good me. I have to be. Okay? So let me do what I know I need to do that I've been doing on my own without your help thus far. Because not now time since my parents relocated in 2012 back to Florida, have you volunteered to help me do a damn thing? Not a nary thing. You are an instigator. From my mentor, family friend, and life coach, Tawana Williams, is 3 people in the world. An instigator, a spectator, or a participator. You are instigating and spectating, and they normally operate in the shadows where they throw their rock and hide their hand. I'm getting to a point here, people, because I told you I've been crying all morning. Oh, I haven't even eaten today. And it's almost 6 o'clock. You're an instigator and a spectator. You watch, you conversate about stuff that has nothing to do with you. You throw the rock and hide your hand. And let me jump fast real quick. I'm dealing with a bunch of liars. People who lie. If you've been lying all your life, it would behoove you to get good at it. You're not even good at it. The lies you tell are clownish, see-through, real transparent. You're not even good at lying. So anyway, the last conversation I had with family is that we had planned to leave on Tuesday. My mother calls me this morning, y'all, in one of the forecasted worst hurricanes to hit Florida. It's coming right now, Wednesday, Thursday. My mother is crying, not because she's scared, but because familia, decided that it was a very good, crafty, rational, savvy idea to leave my 81-year-old partially disabled mother home alone, and they left the state. Left her there. People, I've calmed down a lot. But I prayed and asked God to release anything that is hindering me from getting well and being the best version of me possible. I dealt with one family member last night, and I thought that was the part of the problem. I thought that was the biggest problem. I know that one crazy. We all know that one throwed off. It is the Judas in your camp that caused the most friction. I'm talking about 70-plus-year-old senior citizen people. Sanctified, Holy Ghost, talking in tongue, interrupting the pastor week after week, testimony Sunday type people who thought it was a rational, logical idea to leave my 81-year-old partially disabled mother in a home alone by herself in the most horrifically anticipated hurricane known to Florida. Okay? So immediately I had a visceral effect. And my phone rang, and it was family. Same family who initiated the foolishness. And I said, God, I need you to speak through me because I don't know how to do this right now. So I conferenced everybody on the same line, so can't nobody say I said something that I did not say. And in short, I was crude, rude, firm, and disrespectful to people who fed and held me as a child, who watched me grow, whom I considered my elders. You can do a whole bunch to me, but never are you allowed to do it to my mother. You can't. You cannot rationalize why you thought it was a real good idea to get in a vehicle, bypass my mama's house, leave her there, don't tell her that you're leaving, and exit the state. Just leave her there. I'm in a position now, y'all, where I can't get a rental car. I can drive, but I can't get in the state. And it ain't no flights going in there. I can't get in. If I get to the airport, I can't travel. Okay? Can't travel. So my mama's stuck in the hurricane. So baby, I said a whole bunch of stuff this morning, and I meant every bit of it. Look, moving forward, I am operating differently. If we never speak again in life, I thank God for the good times, because you and I are never again going to operate on that level until you are woman enough to admit that your conduct was manipulative, malicious, deceitful, insensitive, ungodly, threatening, lies. Y'all operate in lies, deceit, dysfunction, toxicity. Got all of this damn verbiage and conversation about everybody else's family and everybody else's children. And as an obedient child, no matter how old I get, I just sit back and listen. I don't question, comment. I just don't. This is what grown people do. And I listen. But now I know the dysfunction is within you, ma'am. The dysfunction is within both of y'all. Because both of y'all lie tremendously and then have a real hard time telling convincing lies. Okay? First, I was told that family drove from Gainesville into Bartow and picked one family member up and a young man and thought it was a good idea to leave and go because it wasn't enough room in the car for my mama. When I called that family member to the carpet, you told me, first of all, that ain't how that happened. They drove to drove to Gainesville, and that's where the crossover took place. So you drove out of the same city that my mother was already in. The road trip started here. Y'all didn't have sense enough to put my mama in the car and call me and say, Kim, we on the way to Savannah. Come get your mama. Let me tell you this, because I've been praying on this all day long. She finally admitted that she didn't feel that she could handle two handicapped senior citizens when she a handicapped senior citizen herself, but she still drive. That's not the case. Let me tell you what happened. You have a spirit, ma'am, of controlling and manipulating everybody's life. And when you call me on Saturday, because I didn't jump up and say, oh, I'm getting on the road right now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I didn't do what you wanted, what you wanted me to do, and you wasn't getting the response, because it is much easier for me to bring them out versus me moving going in. You have a problem with seeing people able to succeed to the capacity that you have not been able to succeed. I remember a time, ma'am, when I heard out of your mouth, she ain't gonna never be nothing, and that man ain't gonna marry her. Not only is she a huge success, they are happily married and live in a $500,000 home. But this is the same one you said wasn't gonna never be nothing. I ain't gonna go into much detail because, baby, when I tell you I'm finna go for it, so y'all might want to bag up out of social media completely, because I am no longer willing to keep any more of these family secrets. I'm not. I feel better already. I don't know. I had to go back to the doctor and let her run some more tests on me. But my chest, my neck, my back, everything is clear. Let me say this real quick, because I'm finna come up off of here. I think I said what I wanted to say. I am mad as hell the way y'all did my mama. I am mad as hell that you thought that was a real good idea. I am mad as hell that you try to take manipulative strategies to get to me and use my mama as collateral damage. Real mad. But my conveyance has calmed down 99.9%. but you are a Judas in my camp. And until Spirit tells me that you are apologetic sincerely and you are able to be accountable for all the manipulative tactics that you have posed upon me, I told you the first time you called me when my brother died with that tone. Hold up. I love you and I respect you, but you don't get to talk to me like that. Not when my brother is sleeping in his grave. You don't get to talk to me like, I apologize. I'm just saying that you need to do it because people tired. I don't know why they tired. Well, I don't know why they tired. They over exaggerating or they too suffer from lying. You need to mind the business that minds you. Okay? Caught them all in a lie. Caught them all in lies. They done retracted all of these lies. Everything they say, well, I'm going to let you go because I can see right now. Ain't no, you don't get to lie to me. You can lie to me. You don't get to use my mama as collateral damage. This ain't the first time y'all done did this foolishness. This is the first time that y'all done left her in a life-threatening situation. Okay? And like I said, I can't remember a time. I might have asked for a candy bar, a bag of potato chips, a trip to the zoo as a child. Might have. But I can't remember a time where you ever did any damn thing for me. I take that back. I eat a lot. And you always got food at your house. My apologies. You don't get to do my mama. I don't know how you thought this was cute. Love, peace, and light. Game on.